Wednesday Drawing Show.
Hi there, I'm Stu Rayner and this is the Wednesday Drawing Show. And on today's programme, we've got drawing from photographs, we've got your great rhino drawings from last week's task, some advice about sketchbooks, and a brand new drawing task for this week. Now, just recently I had a great email from Davina, who lives in Indonesia, and she says,
Hi Mr. Shu, my name is Davina Samantha. I'm from Indonesia. I want to say that English is not my mother language. I just wanted to say that I'm very blown away by your artwork. Well, thank you, Davina. You're showing me that art doesn't have to be the good realistic drawing, but it can be simple and still awesomely good. I really like your illustration on children's books. Well, thanks. I'm a design student. Before, I'm so stressed how I can't draw things realistically, but then I see your artwork and I understand that it doesn't have to be realistic. People have their own style. So then I learned to draw and I'm trying to find my own style. So thank you for teaching me that.
well, it's a pleasure, Davina. It's something I really want to teach. Once you kind of realise that drawing is not about making photographs, drawing becomes a lot more fun.
Last Monday, you'll have seen me drawing a picture of Michael Jackson from a photograph. I cheated on purpose and traced it to make sure it looked as much like the photograph as possible. Do it this way and your friends will all say, "Whoa, dude, that's amazing!" And that's because most people expect art to look like a photograph.
Well, I could have spent hours measuring the drawing, but I was just trying to make a point. The art in this picture is made by Michael Jackson, and the photographer, who as far as I can work out was Sam Emerson. They did all the work of planning, posing, undergoing surgery, design, lighting, makeup, hair, post-processing, all that sort of thing.
When you copy a photograph and make it look as much like a photograph as possible, you are undoubtedly using incredible skill, but we have photocopiers to do that these days. Before cameras, artists were commissioned to paint photographs, and we all like to see pictures of ourselves. Artists made great likenesses and added the art with a capital A, with the lighting, hair and makeup etc. that made their subjects look great. When the camera came along, the artist was no longer required to do that job anymore because the camera takes a better likeness much more cheaply. So artists were set free from the job of painting photographs and began drawing and painting the world in new and exciting ways. That's when we got Picasso and Monet and Fauvists and Cubists and Surrealists and all those amazing 20th century artists that we go to see in museums.
Drawing is not art. Art with a capital A is an investment business. Now, some artists are lucky. They kind of get chosen to be promoted so their work gets famous, so that millionaires have somewhere to stash their money. You usually need to be a dead artist to get rich this way, or have a brilliant business manager. Perhaps I need one of those. So get art out of your head. Drawing is not art.
Drawing is about understanding the world around us. Drawing is a universal language. We can all read a drawing without trying. We all have an innate ability to draw and make beautiful pictures. Sadly, culture and society bash that out of us in school, and we all start to believe that our drawings should look like proper art, and so we give up. But some of us are compelled to keep on drawing, and it's a good thing we do. Drawing is the method with which our ideas are turned into reality. Without this stage, nothing would ever get built, and we would still be living in caves. Drawing is the planning stage, the learning stage, where you are allowed to make mistakes and have fun.
When you've worked everything out in the drawings, then you can go on to create the work of art, which might be a finished drawing or a sculpture or a building, or it might even be a photograph. Now make sure you stick around for this week's related drawing task.
What's in the mail? What's in the
Well,
mail?
there is nothing in the mail this week. Nothing. But if you would like to see your work on the wall of fame behind me, then you're going to have to send it in. And where do you send it to?
I love getting stuff in the mail.
Last week's task, you'll remember, was to draw a rhino from memory. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go and watch last week's show. I drew a rhino from memory on my Friday drawing. I did it in biro because I wanted an empty biro for another task I'm going to make you do in a couple of weeks' time. So you may want to start emptying a biro now. On the WednesdayDrawingShow.com, intrepid pioneers have been uploading their own rhino drawings drawn from memory, and here they are. And here we have a rhino from memory from Tilly010, who's a very long-standing viewer. And next, my name is Nick. This is my rhino. I did this while waiting for my soup to cook. The one on the left is my first attempt at the rhino. The second is when I use shoes methods. This is my second rhino drawing. I drew on my iPhone while I had downtime at work by S. Nunez. Nunez? I don't know. Fab. This is a Sharpie rhino by, I'm not quite sure. If you don't put your name, then I won't know who it is. It looks like June? I don't know. All done with a Sharpie. My rhino drawn on a corner of my diary page by Matty. Nice. Brent's rhino. Do I have a poor drawing or a poor memory? Actually, I think it's quite good. You've done Africa. I did an Indian rhino because I was copying the Albrecht Dürer. So you put two horns in, which is correct for the African one. Yeah. Rhinoceros from memory. That's great. That kind of looks like something. Yeah. Doesn't say who it is. There's Tilly again. Oh, I don't know why that's happened. Melissa Vellet, this is my cartoon rhino from memory. Ha, looks like a kid did it, but it was a great exercise. I really enjoyed it. It almost looks like kind of a thumbs up, doesn't it? Yeah, so I'll give that a thumbs up. Great drawing. A rhino by Mimi, who looks very proud, like all those ribs along here. Oh, I think that's the same one, but different one. A rhino, I love their battle armor skin, and that was how I drew it, in parts by Gaz Needle. Yes, and I think if you go and have a look, I did another one, how to draw an Indian rhino on my Shooby Doodle channel, which I did very much in these kind of armor plating parts. This is Shane's drawing of a rhino. Epic, yeah. Is that water or something there? Anyway, great. I love this. Drawing rhinos from memory, sketched and inked on an iPad using Autodesk Sketchbook and ink by Samuel Nunez. Nunez? I don't know, Spanish, wouldn't you? I don't know. Yeah, that's great. And I'm going to do a thing about drawing on iPad soon, so I'll remember Autodesk and have a look at that. Negative Plasma Zoo Rhino. Sadly, again, we don't have a name on that one, but it's interesting trying to get the horn in a kind of perspective way there. Dear Shoot, I tried to draw a rhinoceros from memory, but ended up with a nervous dinosaur. Better luck next time. I'm not nervous, I'm having an identity crisis. I guess I have no idea what a rhino looks like. That says Matt, I think, there. So it helps if we have your name down here at the bottom, then we'll know who it is. My Rhino by Hudson. That's a very happy rhino. I like that. And a rhino from memory by Charlie H. That's a really good one, isn't it? That's very good memory. Yeah. I love that kind of thing. And again, this is the African rhino. I did the Indian rhino. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. My attempt at drawing a rhinoceros from memory by Christina Filges. And yeah, it's huge, isn't it? Yeah. And again, African because of the two horns. Great. Love that. And mediocre rhino. Yeah, this is this is by Freddie Krebs, who is a long-standing follower of my channel. He says, "Draw Frank Sinatra or the rhino gets it." I'm getting the message, Freddie. I'm getting the message. And this is a laughable rhino from memory by Savannah. Well, I don't know. All the proportions are there. I think it's quite fun. And it's done in biro too, I think. There we are. That's image 21 of 21. People uploaded other images, which I will show right at the end of this video. So stay tuned for that. And make sure you have a go at this week's task and upload your video. And you can be on next week's show. At the very last minute, Don Moyer, who started this whole thing off last week, has sent me this fabulous drawing where he's tried to use last week's contour idea as well. Thanks, Don. I think that's wonderful.
Now, I've had another interesting email this week from Brett, who says,
Hi, Shu. I'm 13 years old from Manchester and a keen sketcher. My question is about sketchbooks. I have a few, but if I get something wrong in it or mess it up, I end up ripping it up. It makes me feel I'm wasting the paper and pad, even if I don't rip it out. Thanks a lot. I hope you answer this or even put it on your show. P.S. I think the Wednesday drawing show is awesome. Keep it up. Well, thanks, Brett. Well, sketchbooks are there to make mistakes in. That's the whole point. Sometimes you'll come across the work of someone who is so good they make their sketchbooks look perfect. That's their style. But most sketchbooks are a bit messy. Mine certainly are. Mine have a lot of writing too. Look, this is my Wednesday drawing show planning sketchbook, for instance. It's pretty messy and all over the place. And these are a couple of sketchbooks I take with me when I go out and about. And this is the book I generally sketch with when I'm watching the TV. They're all a bit messy and full of mistakes.
don't rip the bad stuff out of your sketchbook, Brett. Mistakes are the things that you learn from. A sketchbook is a record of your ideas and your progress. The drawing that you just didn't quite get right might be the one that moves you forward and makes you understand where you were going wrong. Now, if you chuck it out, you will never be able to go back and work out where you went wrong and see where you are now going right. Love your sketchbooks and they will look after you. They're like great big storage tanks that full of ideas that you can build your new ideas on. Now, if you're proud of your sketchbooks and you'd like to share some of them with us, make a video response of them to this video and then maybe I'll show them on the Wednesday Drawing Show. Now, another way to get featured on the Wednesday Drawing Show is to join in with this week's task. I want you to do a drawing from a photograph and make it as realistic as you can. I want you to get it out of your system. Now, I'm not saying that photographs are bad. I use them all the time for references for places and things that I'll never get to see. And you have to use photographs to draw famous people that you'll never get to meet. Sometimes you just want to draw your heroes and heroines, but I think you should draw them in your own way. Do your heroes the honour of adding your own personality to the drawing.
So, find a photograph of someone famous you like. And here's a tip. On Google Images, turn on the search tools and search for large images. When you've done your pencil drawing so it looks as near to a photograph as you can do it, go to www.thewednesdaydrawing.com/youruploads and follow the instructions to upload your picture. Only press the button once and wait for your picture to appear. I'll then move it to the famous photos album for everyone to enjoy, and remember to add your name if you want us to know who did it. Then next week I'll share the drawings with you all on the Wednesday Drawing Show.
Well, that's all for this week. But if you enjoyed the show, please vote, favourite, blog, tweet, share. Please don't keep the Wednesday Drawing Show to yourself. Tell the world, because I need lots of views worldwide to enable me to keep doing the show. I'd be really interested in your contributions if you have ideas, and you can make short videos that I can include on the show.
Well, the rest of your drawings are coming up in a moment, but in the meantime, keep drawing, practice, and I'll see you next time. You take care now. Bye-bye. So these are your drawings this week. This is 72 eyes, attempt drawn by Savannah. That's amazing. That's really good. Well done, Savannah. There's a lot of hard work gone in there. Lots of different eyes from the ones that I did too. And the Shire isn't beautiful by Noah. I think that's quite lovely. Noah? I think that looks like it's done on an iPad or something. I'm not sure. And hey, I'm Mel Vella. This is my alien owl I drew yesterday. I put an oil paint filter over it on Photoshop and the rest was done in pen and pastels. Cool. My name is Mike MCL, and my foster daughter asked me to paint draw this for her room wall. Hope you all like it. Cool. My name's Mike MCL. I asked to do a watercolour illustration for one of my family. I should imagine they were very pleased. That's good watercolouring there. Brandon, age 12. This is drawing off a saxophone done in charcoal. A saxophone's really difficult to draw, and to draw it in charcoal even more. That's really good. Well done. Trans Am by Nathan Garcia. Cool. Somber Landscape at Night by Drew Vaughan. Ooh. I think again that looks very digital, doesn't it? And I hope you have sweet dreams, Drew. 3 yokai, traditional Japanese monsters. Goth rockers walk through a spooky graveyard. The fox's name is Kevin 7. The turtle Kappa is Kip, and the large crow Karasu. And my name is Drew Vaughan. Cool. I think you really do have interesting dreams, Drew. This is by Sarah. A bit of manga for you. Bald Eagle. I'm 12. I'm Michael Carafiat. That's a good angle on it with that twisting neck. Yeah. Cool. And here we have some Arabic calligraphy, and I'm afraid I can't remember who this was. You'll have to write your names in when you do this. And this was in response to one of my videos, which I just can't remember immediately. But I think you can see it takes a while to get these, a lot of practice to get these curves in. Cool. And what I like here, look, this kind of looks like, those Egyptian eyes that you see on, ancient temple walls and everything. That I don't know what it means. Maybe it means eye. I don't know. Here we have Sebastian Michaelis, Demon Butler drawing by Jacob Wilson 15. I don't know the Demon Butler, I'm afraid. So Rob H13, my dragon drawing. That's cool. That's got that kind of evil eye. I'm thinking of doing a dragon drawing in Biro, one of my Biro things, so we'll see what happens with that. Francisca, 15 years old. Oh my goodness, it reminds me I need to go to the opticians. That's great, well done. And hi, it's the Ginger Ninja by Lubomir 15. I hope you like my drawings. I do, that's one of my characters, the Ginger Ninja. And a really old draw by Lubomir 14. That was one of my tutorials, the how to draw Dracula, I think it was. And this is just a sketch from Lubomir 14 from Bulgaria. And here's another one of Lubomir 14's drawings. And here's another one too. That's quite fun, isn't it? Yeah. I like this. This is why I started Shooby Doodling. It's this kind of patterny kind of way of doing things, and this is going back to the photograph thing. I really love this because this is just going so not 3D and so not like a photograph, and it's just fun. And that's my cat drawing by Shirena. I did that. My name is Ashley. I'm 11. These are just a few drawings I drew with your guides. Cool. Love that princess. Oh, I wrote that bit. Yeah, I do love that princess. And this is a big breakfast for Shu. And here we are. Well, I'm called Zana, and this is a picture I did because I was curious to see if I could paint blood. I think it turned out quite well. No, it was good. A Jumping Shark by Michael. Fab. There we go. Look at his teeth. And Five-Tailed Chanting Psychedelic Fox, acrylic on skateboard by Drew Vaughan. That's a lot of work gone into that. Cool, those are all your drawings, and if you've got some you want to share, then you'll maybe see them on here next week.